What is good, Fin Nation? What's good? It's your boy Reason, and we are back here for another one. Ballgame has finally joined the fray on TUA Tuesday, as me and Martin been holding it down like the champs we are. And now the Three Musketeers are back together. Or some haters would like to say probably the 3 2-ears, right? I'm guessing.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Hey,
I'll take it.
I'll take it. Whatever. We were right. So, guys, I mean, hey, we were talking about it. Let's just hop right into it, boys. Obviously, the Jets coming up. You know, I told y'all when I know about the situation backstage privately. We won't get into all those details. And, anyways, obviously, the discussion has been today. We saw it in the comments before we even started here, and we were talking about it. It's been on social media. Should Tua Tagovailoa retire? I mean, we went over T. Higgins' timeline yesterday on the show, and we did it even backstage just now. I mean, if Tua should retire, T. Higgins should, never see he should be a vampire hidden in a dark room and never see light. You know what I mean?
2/3 of the league should be gone there.
So that's ridiculous. You got people chiming in that don't like the sport and don't like what comes with that sport anyways, in terms of, impact and all that kind of stuff and hitting and et cetera. I mean, we're talking about the doctor from the movie Concussion, right? So anyways, guys, I know you guys had some stuff you wanted to discuss. So go ahead, Martin, because I know you wanted a point you wanted to make.
And I was addressing it to Mr. Ballgame in particular, and Mr. Ballgame again. I know what you know, and I know what you feel. I know what you think about the return of Tua and potentially it being sooner than later.
Oh, should I set the stage for everyone? Sorry, guys, we were discussing that basically Tua is going to be returning sooner than later. You know what I mean? Especially based on potentially the outcome of this game, et cetera, et cetera. Anyways, go ahead, Martin.
Yeah, and the reason why I would wait, like we were debating essentially, should it be the Vikings game if things go left against the Jets, or should we wait the full 24 consecutive days until getting back on the field against like the Steelers, for Sunday night football? And my thing is, I would wait that extra week only because the severity of the injury, right? And obviously he's doing better now. Like he's normal. But when you see a player completely lock up the way Tua did for the duration, it's one thing to lock up for maybe 30 seconds to maybe and just gradually get your senses back in order. But he was locked up for what felt like 4 or 5 minutes, bro. And when you're locked up like that, you have to say to yourself, okay, now we have to protect the player from himself, because again, as much as we know Tua, what Tua can bring to the table as far as his ability, he's clearly stepped up in a major way. Year 3, he is our guy. He is the one that's going to propel us into contention. But his overall health, long-term health, longevity, that's my biggest thing right now. I know this is a season, but
everyone agrees with this. But let's add some context so everyone understands. Basically, and I'll let Ballgame go. So where Ballgame, because I actually am on, I kind of tend to agree with Ballgame here, because McDaniel kind of alluded to it. Like, there's only so much you can do. But anyways, let's tell everyone what we, if you look at what Barry Jackson's tweeting about, they talk about the MRIs. Tua going through all these tests daily, they're all coming back negative, et cetera, et cetera. They're basically telling you he's passing the protocols without telling you he's passing the protocols. They deemed him out on a Monday, which is very early considering, right? Like usually with a franchise quarterback, if you have the injury on a Thursday, you wait till and let's be honest, it's optics, right? So we all know
Monday
that.
or Tuesday of the next week.
Yeah,
sometimes even Wednesday.
Wednesday, closer to the day. You're probably closer to Friday. They're gonna announce it. You know what I mean? Like, right? Because it's already been. Anyways, the whole point of this is what we were basically saying and having this discussion, guys, was if he's passing all these protocols and they're holding him out for optics this week, if we lose to the Jets,
He's back.
They're going to bring him back for the Vikings game because now all of a sudden you're 3-2, staring down the barrel at 500. And if he's clearing all these protocols, they're going to have the green light to bring him back. And the competitor in Tua, it's going to come down to a Tua decision. And we all know what. And again, for right or wrong, we all know what Tua is going to decide. You know what I mean? Like that's the whole point is what we're saying is like if he passes all the protocols. Dude, what can we all know what are the doctors going to recommend? We know what they're going to recommend. McDaniel's going to have all these recommendations for him to go. And what's Tua going to be saying? I want to go. I want now. If we win this week, I am 110% for holding him out because 4-1 heading into the Vikings game is a lot different than 3-2. And I can deal with 4-2 coming out. Let's go to the Steelers and he comes back. Because I agree, the preferable route would be 24 days. But we got to take our own feelings out of this and our own opinions out of this and actually look at the business standpoint and the game standpoint of it and how the team will handle it. And we know how these NFL teams operate because there's a good chance by next week, we're going to be talking about some other major injury that happens on Sunday, whether it be an ACL, God forbid, too. I'm just saying there's going to be some other major talking point. I can guarantee because this whole situation will be technically 2 weeks old by that point, by after Monday Night Football and stuff, right? Hey, I'm not saying it's right. We just got to sit back and objectively look at this situation, and that's how it looks how it's going to play out. Hold on, Ballgame, go ahead, because I know Ballgame wants to make a point. Go ahead. Ballgame.
So my thing was, I think at the end of the day, for me, man, I understand the competitive nature of an athlete. I also understand that at this level, man, there's people's livelihood on the line for them not going through the processes of ensuring a guy. Maybe there's a discrepancy in all the other player positions, but I know exactly for a quarterback who is who's the focal point of most of all 32 teams, they're going to do their due diligence 2 times, 3 times over. The whole thing with T. Higgins, I get that was completely different. And right, Martin, you're right. I do agree that it was a really bad scene with him being locked up like that. But if he's neurologically passing all of these tests, and they're saying that there's actually nothing prohibiting him from actually being able to go out there, I just don't see how they're going to be able to keep him off the field, bro. Unless
and Ballgame.
Yeah.
It all started on, and we talked about this before we went live. But it all started being on the Dolphins and Tua's side, if we want to say that, which I don't even. I just don't know how to word. I don't know how to word it. When a level 1 trauma unit let him get on a freaking plane 3 or 4 hours after the hit.
Yeah, if he was,
you know what I mean? If there was serious, if they saw even the slightest thing, because, right now he's playing like a franchise quarterback level and they're viewing him as that internally, you're going to keep him overnight for observation. This guy must have passed a level 1 trauma units protocols and they're testing with flying colors. That's what I'm sitting here. We wondered after after the game, like, damn, how did he get? And at the end of the day, these are the best of the best, some of the best of the best in neurologists, and they're saying, hey, get on a plane 3 hours later. I've never even heard of that. No. And if they're okaying that, there has to be some level of comfortability in the actual medical field of the guys who actually know what they're doing and have looked at it.
That's fair. That's fair to say. That's fair to say.
That blew me away, bro. Like, I'm actually still stunned that happened. Yeah. But what are you going to say? Those guys know what they're doing. They're the best of the best.
Right. And again, I know exactly what you all are talking about. My biggest thing is just the better safe than sorry route. You know what I mean? And again, let's say,
this isn't even my opinion. I'm just subjectively looking at this. Yeah. Like I said, my opinion is, dude, I hope we win this week. I hope they keep him out the Vikings and he doesn't come back. Give him 24 days, bro.
Yeah.
That's the preferable, but I'm just looking at this from like how they're going to take it. They're going to want to, dude, they want to stay at top of the AFC. They want to stay at top of the AFC East with the Bills breaking down their neck. They want, we know. And so does Tua.
Of course. And
his nature of wanting to get back in the game. Again, something we can point to Brian Flores and the previous coaching staff. They're at fault here for Tua wanting to get back in because he has narratives to kill that they put in place in terms of he's not a leader, he's soft.
Right. Hey, but nobody can. Honestly, after
I agree.
After this game, nobody should ever question this kid's balls, bro.
Think about how you would think, bro, if you were in his position. And bro, we all know we've all played sports up here, okay? Not just football, but multiple sports. We all got that competitive nature in us, okay?
Yeah.
Yo, if someone's saying about that, our first thing is to go and shove that down your throat, bro.
Absolutely, you know we respond. Mean? We respond. Yeah. But my main thing though is I don't even care if we go 500. You know what I mean? I don't care if we lose. I don't care if we lose 4 straight. My biggest thing is once Tua returns, then he returns, but in full health. Because again, the brain is a very it's beyond our comprehension. You know what I mean? As far as tests and whatever, it's beyond that. So what I'm saying is allow the time to lapse. Allow the brain to go through a day after day recovery.
We don't agree with you, but you got to think about where the team. We're just talking about.
I know, but even with the team, I think the team is in enough trouble already for lack of boxes checked in an actual protocol by protocol standing when it comes to. I'm just saying. I'm just saying that the skepticism in itself
is a really good question, though.
You gotta prove. You have to prove that somebody did something wrong, though. You can't feel like they did something wrong.
Someone asked a question to McDaniel yesterday. I don't know if you guys saw his media availability. The lead of our medical staff is an orthopedic surgeon, right?
Yeah.
They said, shouldn't these decisions of him going back in the game be left up to the neurologist and not an orthopedic surgeon? And I'm like, that's actually 100 times. Like, I actually agree with that. Like, who am I asking? Like, if I want a haircut, right? You know what I mean? Like, if I want a haircut, who am I asking? A barber or like, a
the lawnmower man?
Bro? You know what I mean? A Korean
I know.
Who am I asking? So
I get it.
That's the same thing, bro. Like,
if I need a transmission fix, I'm not going to ask a guy that knows fuel injection.
Yeah, or does my brake? You know what I mean?
Yeah. I feel you. But all in all, man, the number one thing is Tua's okay. That's a super positive. Yeah, and honestly, I like Teddy in this position because again, we see what's going on in Dallas. Look at what Cooper Rush is doing, right?
Rush, baby, feel the rush.
That dude is stirring the pot.
Bro, if I was a Cowboys fan, bro, Legion of Doom all day, Road Warriors all day, bro. I'd open my what a rush, bro.
But I don't even want us to compare Teddy to Cooper Rush. I want Teddy to be more like an Earl Morrall as far as a relief pitcher.
Don't need
what I mean,
bro. And we got Reed Sinnett, baby. We good.
Sinnett to win it. Yeah, bro. The quarterback room is crazy now, man. But I'm just saying, man. I think we're gonna do well while Tua is resting. I think the offense is still suited to.
We ain't winning that Vikings game. Points. I'm telling you this right now. We ain't winning that Vikings game without Tua. Mark that. Mark that.
We got to see
right now.
I already put it as an L, but I'm just saying.
So did I. Now I feel even better about putting it as an L, bro.
As an L as well.
But again,
the way our secondary sec playing too, Justin Jefferson about to have a day.
The thing about it is, I think that
I want to ask you something Ballgame said because Ballgame made a really good point earlier, and I don't want to forget it. He talking about positional bias or whatever when it comes to this concussion thing. Yeah. Guys, Eric Kendricks for the Minnesota Vikings, right? The linebacker enters concussion protocol on Sunday, comes back. Did y'all watch the night game? Justin Reed and Cameron Brate both entered concussion protocol and came back and played.
Yep.
What are we talking about here?
Right.
Anyway, sorry, Ballgame. Go ahead.
No, but I think the only thing I was saying was that overall,
look at this man.
At this point right now, man, the last thing they can afford to do is lose ground. And I just think if the guy knows that he's okay and he feels okay, I mean, Tua's smart enough to understand like any risk that he puts himself in is going to be detrimental to the entire organization. Yeah, exactly. The family around him love him too much for him to look them in the face and say, you know what?
And they're getting 3 different opinions. I don't know if you guys saw. They're getting 3 different medical opinions on his testing too, right?
They're doing they're crossing every I. I mean, they're dotting every I and crossing every T to ensure that everything is done right by this kid. So if they clear him to play, I'm great because I think across the board that Buffalo game took a lot out of our defense that nobody was anticipating because they played like it. Like you see the after effects of it. We're wore down as well, man. That heat beat the shit out of us too, trying to hold them. And so, yeah. It's
King
that's
Tua.
Fair. that dude like coming to America, bro.
You like that, eh?
Hey, man.
But I gotta say, let's get into this film a little bit here because let's talk about it for a second before we get into it. You know, other than that interception, Tua was cooking, and I wanted to tell you guys something because I know, like, obviously because he's not getting as many snaps now between, you know, the Bills injury and now this, you know, he's fallen behind in terms of touchdown. You know, he went from being like number 2 in touchdowns and number 1 in yards, and he's still number 2 in QBR, but now he's like falling a little bit, right? And my MVP bet, you know, damn. Anyways, but there is like certain stats you can look at that just in terms of efficiency on snaps, right? So you guys know about the analytics, like expected points added, as well as, you know, completion percentage over expected and stuff. And you know, these are big term efficiency. These are big term efficiency, you know, analytics. And I just wanted to read this to you guys because you guys know where I'm at. You guys, what have I always said? Give me the guy with elite efficiency, accuracy, and anticipation and a high football IQ, and I will beat that big arm highlight reel guy 10 out of 10. And that's how you win dynasties. That's how you build dynasties. That's Tom Brady. All right. And right now, Tua Tagovailoa is number 2 in expected points added plus completion percentage over expected. He's number 2 in expected points added per play. He's number 5 in success rate. He's number 4 in completion percentage. He's number 2 in completion percentage over expected. And he's number 7 in air yards per play. And remember, everyone had the issue last year with his average depth of target and air yards per attempt. And now you see the efficiency, the balls being pushed. I'm telling you, man. Well, another reason why I can't wait for him to come back is I just can't wait to continue watching him break out because the thing that sucks about this injury too is we're about to enter this portion of the schedule
where he can light it. He can light it.
Right. Like 400 yards a game type stuff, bro. I know.
Oh, yeah. This is where he's going to make up that MVP argument right here in this portion of the schedule. But let's talk about this. Other than an interception, boys, I don't know about you, but he was kind of cooking a little bit, huh? Hey, man.
It's something different about this offense. It's something different about the coaching. To a season, and not only does he see it, he's making the throws consistently. And like how you said, other than that interception, which was just clearly a late throw.
Yeah, late read.
It was that's just everything about what we've been expecting from Tua. Like we always said, we want a top 12 play from him. And even the stats,
you're getting top 5.
It's top 5. Right, it's top 5. And again, people are gonna nitpick here and there about certain things, which you can clearly do for every quarterback in the league, including Aaron Rodgers and Tom Brady. But for the most part, Tua has been as consistent as a quarterback as I've seen. And again, we kept reiterating, if he hits a Drew Brees stride, like as far as processing and ball out and leadership and you know, wielding his offense, bro, we have a contender. We have a legitimate contender, and the defense knows they need to catch up in order for this to be like a juggernaut. So, look, you know, full recovery for Tua, healthy recovery, speedy recovery. But once he gets back, it's back on. But in the meantime, let Teddy do what he was signed here to do. You know what I mean?
So is Byron Jones back, man? Because we look.
Is he off the PUP?
I still don't think he's coming back right away. Like he's missed practice a couple of days this week, right? So
we look atrocious, bro.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, where's your boy Noah Benogany, bro? Yeah, they can't even get the field, and
and they're
calling me to come play.
Honestly, man, Noah has been essentially
Don't give me an excuse
written
right
off.
now. Oh yeah.
He's been written off. Kadir Kahu has taken over the cornerback reps, and Justin Bevel and Bevel has taken over the special teams reps.
Yep.
Yeah, Noah's like a dead man walking in that locker room, bro, and I think he knows it, you know. But hey, you win some, you lose some, but it just wasn't the right pick. Yeah, it wasn't the right pick.
I mean, I'll take a picture of gloating with Ballgame's money when it gets to me, but it's such a reach, bro.
Don't do that, bro.
Hey, that's why I want it in one so I can lay on it.
Oh man.
No, but in all seriousness,
it ain't really mine. Most of it's DMs, so
Madden. But I'm not even like I'm actually more pissed off that we wasted we had Jonathan Taylor and Antoine
Winfield.
I mean, hindsight, Jonathan Taylor, obviously with Javon Holland. And that was who I wanted so badly. Man, what a miss.
Right?
Yeah.
Like a first round pick, man.
But shout out to Kadir Kahu for actually stepping up. He's making me concentrate on if we even need to keep Byron Jones long term. Because he is accelerating.
Let's do the math. Between Nick Needham and Kadir Kahu, two of our top three right now are UDFA guys who are one's blossomed and the other one's blossoming. Now, Needham's struggling outside of the slot a lot more than I thought he would.
He's not a speed guy. That's a problem.
I know, but you have the sideline to play with that you never had in the slot, and you could keep up with shifty guys with no sideline. I thought you would use the sideline more to your advantage. Now he's had good reps. I'm not saying he's been god awful, but he's had some awful moments. Let's put it.
He actually gets to be a lot more handsy when he's inside, though, as opposed to being outside on the
exactly.
island.
Yeah, you have to slow him down, the shiftiness, right?
Yeah, so,
and they allow it.
Yeah, when you're out there on the edge, it's a little different because he can't necessarily employ those same bully techniques. Because
exactly,
time, all the guy needs is one step to get on top of him, and then he's playing catch up the rest of the route.
Yeah,
that's a great point, Ballgame.
Welcome to the show, Ballgame.
Welcome back. Welcome back.
All right, let's do this. Let's get into the film here because we got a little bit to do. We got 50? I think it's 15 minutes. We got every TUA dropback, and then we got some Teddy dropbacks for everyone. So, and a lot of them are key third down dropbacks. And then at the end of the day, we'll give our opinion on if we believe we can get it done with Teddy against the Jets, which I think we pretty much all already made it obvious we think we can. So here we go. Let's start off. Dolphins. From what you see here, 21 personnel, 200 center. Mozart as a single back. Smythe is going to motion. There it is. Bengals show cover 2 and drop into a Tampa 2 look at the snap. And Jermaine Pratt, that linebacker you saw, he was late, slow, dropping back. And dude, look at Tua. Just snap that ball and get it to Tyreek. He notices the drop. In coverage, he notices the vacate area. He's late getting back. What a throw. Perfect throw. Good start to chefing it up, boys.
Yeah, this was
more here, right?
Yeah, this is what we mean by, decisiveness. He sees it. He's throwing the football. Everything was just perfect operation. Everything was perfect operation on that one from Tua and the offense on that.
Yep. All right. Dolphins 21 personnel again, 2 in the gun. Moser to his left. Bengals are in cover 3. Ingold is actually going to motion there from the outside. And then Tua is going to take Waddle this time on the slant. And Ingold's wheel out of the backfield covered, and so is Mozart. So
he was wide open for about 4 yards though.
Yeah, but are you talking about Moser? Ingold?
Ingold, look.
Yeah, right there. Yeah,
but look he bailed.
Right.
He noticed that the top man bailed on it and was coming on it. Right.
And when you see it from the God view, you're gonna see Tua using his eye manipulation technique by pretty much veering towards he's gonna throw it to
his head on the
Ingold, and he snaps it to Jalen Waddle. in the split second. So
yeah, dude, again, those eyes that translate from Bama, baby. This is where you'll see it. Like again, he gets that drop right there. Boom.
Yeah. Hey man, it's again cooking.
The little things, baby.
There's nothing you can do with that either.
Chef Tua cooking.
Just be back there like, damn.
Chef Tua cooking, baby.
That was a good rep.
Yeah, that was good read, good throw, good usage of the
I do like that middle linebacker they got though.
Logan Wilson. Oh, he's a beast. He's a beast. Man. 11 and he was actually all over the field a little bit. Like they used him a lot of different ways, even in pass defense. Anyways, 11 personnel, 2 in the gun. Moser to his left. Tyreek Hill is actually the wing back there. And it makes it this like trips bunch tight to the right. Cover 6, 2-4 for Cincy. Sherfield's going to see motion to the left. And Tua tries to hit Gesicki on the quick hitch, but the Bengals lineman BJ Hill, that's Reader's replacement. Yeah, got his hand up. That's the guy who stepped in for DJ Reader. Big play. Big play.
Yeah, right read, right throw, just a better play by the defense.
Yeah.
He would have got the ball to Gesicki right there for a quick completion, move the football, but better play by the defense.
Why these orange, with all these aquas, these orange, cleats make you look like, Wendy over here from Wizard of Oz. You know what I mean? Like you always know where Sherfield or Chase Edmonds is. You just follow the cleats.
Follow the cleats.
You know
yeah.
Ridiculous. I love it. I believe this is the same 11 personnel package, just with Craycraft to the left side now. 2 is in the gun. Moser to his left again. 2-4 cover 6 for the Bengals. That's cover 2 to the left, cover 4 to the right side of the field. Sherfield is going to again motion. And so you like seeing them, like this is the wrinkles they try to throw, right? Tua takes Sherfield now this time on his wheel. Boom, back shoulder. If you would have hit him on stride, maybe he could have made a play right there.
I just lulling him to sleep with it because you've seen it now 3 times. 3 different guys have run that wheel and then finally he threw it because the guy didn't immediately turn and run to it. So yeah.
I mean, I'll take the back shoulder because he avoids any contact.
Exactly. That was the right throw.
And you get the first. Yeah. But I'm telling you, if there is a spot to lead him here and give him a one, like right there. If you were to hit him when that head hit back, you give him that one-on-one. You make a miss, boom.
Yeah.
But Tua didn't. Tua doesn't have the arm to get it quicker there. You know what I mean? So. Anyway,
or more than likely it was just a play design. You see the things going on in the backfield.
I'm fine with the back shoulder. It kept him out of harm's way, so we're good.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
and it got you the first.
It was right read, right throw. But I'm with you. If they can cut out the mess going on in the backfield and he hits him in his chest.
Space. Yeah. But hey, I'm digging it, right? And
first down.
A lot of good play design I saw in this game, even when Ted
McDaniel, man. I don't look.
Guys, remember last year when we were bitching about guys running routes in the same area and overlapping each other, and we're like, who designed this nonsense?
Not this year.
No, not this year at all,
brother. Yeah, they're
definitely stressing the defense. You have to account for every person eligible to go out for a reception because they're targeting all 3 layers, and there's always short, intermediate, and up the field behind the intermediate area option.
Yeah, man.
And I've noticed a lot more double motion than what we've been using in recent years too, right? I don't know if you guys have noticed that, where like we'll motion and then we'll motion before the snap, and on the same play then we'll motion at the snap. Like I don't know if you guys we do it I think 1 or 2 times in this game too in pass sets. I like it, man. Like you said, man, we create a lot of conflict, bro.
Yeah, and those set up the false keys.
Yeah, man. All right, empty set for the Dolphins, 2 in the gun. Cover 6 is time for the Bengals, 4-2 look. This is pretty much the best throw available to Tua, and that's going to be that slant right there to Chase Edmonds. Takes him down to the 4. Yeah. Pretty much the best thing available here.
And again, Tua's cooking, man. He knows his target. Perfect touch, perfect leading him. He knows he has hands to make that catch. The only issue was the next play where he just
Yeah,
when
the
he
hand
dropped
went
the
away.
clear money, man. Like that was we gonna see. We gonna see.
Well, this is it, right? Tyreek's in the backfield here on this play in 11 personnel, 2 in the gun, and you got Edmonds split out wide right? So they kind of switch places there, and you'll see that actually a few times as we go through the film here too. And it's like a single man high look for Cincy. And I mean, this is just an absolute dime. Tua even does the Steph Curry.
Got him.
You can't make a better throw here. I mean, find your hands, Edmonds. I don't know what else to say. Like, you got to make that throw.
Man.
And you know what? And I'm not I'm not one for those conspiracy theories when it comes to football. I really think this is why we saw a tendency for him to start pushing the ball downfield.
Yeah. Oh man, I think that's 100% true.
It was because the whole Burrow Tua dynamic was coming in. He's like, I'm not getting outdone. If you score that right there, when we get the ball back this time now, we're actually in a position to go ahead now. Right now, like easily just get to the 40 and we're kicking a field goal. Now it's like we need a touchdown to go ahead. Right. So all of a sudden it felt like, the first drive, he's pressing. Exactly. Like I know the first drive is, scripted and your most scripted drive of the game, but it really felt like he started pushing at times here. You know what I mean? Even the injury, Tua's got to learn to throw the ball away and live to see another play. And, he's been doing that since Bama. Saban warned us about that. And again, looking to make the play. And
But even McDaniel mentioned that when he made the comeback against the Baltimore Ravens, he mentioned that maybe Tua will finally start listening to him when he says, just worry about the next play. Don't worry about the play behind you. Just worry about the next play. So again, this is the same scenario where Tua is going to have to play out of doing that to himself, where he continuously tries to press because he knows that he missed an opportunity. And instead of just one by one, just repping it until you figure it out. You know what I mean? So,
I agree. I agree. All right. So Tua's in the gun here. Mozart is to his right, 12 personnel, 2x2 receivers set. See, they got a stack to the left with them too. Cover 3 look is going to roll into cover 2 Tampa. For the Bengals, Tua is just going to take Tyreek in the flats for a short gain to the right. Again, you're just giving your playmaker the chance to make
a play.
Nothing
more, nothing less. To that real play, you know what I mean? So
situational football. He's backed up. Everything is covered well. Just get the ball to your playmaker, man.
And give me some breathing room. Give me some breathing room off the goal line.
Fast.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
He's ridiculous,
bro.
Super Saiyan fast.
We pay him technically quarterback money at $30 million, and he's worth every freaking dollar, bro. I'm sorry, dude. I'm sorry.
You know what, man? Tyreek
has been rusty at times, but he's worth every penny too.
Tyreek reminds me of like Chris Johnson a little bit. I was looking at some Chris Johnson highlights over the weekend, and Chris Johnson used to run the football like he was still in high school, like just outrunning everybody, right? And Tyreek Hill reminds me of that, like that rare high school player that's just better than everybody on the field.
Like the former Titans running back?
Yeah, the Titans running back. Yeah, Chris Johnson. Like when you see that type of fast on the field and they're like going at full speed, it's like everyone else is in molasses or something, bro.
It looks fake.
Yeah. And it's like, wow.
All right, guys, enough, because we got an absolute godly throw here by Tua to show.
You're right, Brett.
This is a God level all Madden throw by Tua. 2 in the gun, Moser to his right, 11 personnel for the Dolphins. Bengals quarters, robber post snap. Absolutely godly throw here by Tua to Gesicki on the out route. Over the outreach, Logan Wilson for a nice gain in the first down on third down. And Tua stands in the pocket and delivers. This is looking from the end zone. We'll take you from the God view to show you the God throw. This is the money maker, man. Look at this throw. Look at this. Look at steps up, steps into it, delivers, bro.
Drop it in the pocket.
He felt it. He saw it. He threw it.
Drop it in the pocket.
Look at nice tight pocket. Step up and drive. Step up and drive, baby. Woo!
That's a big time throw.
That's a confident Tua we haven't seen here, bro.
That don't look like a dude with a head injury to me.
He's ascending. Man.
Look at this, man. Step up and drive, man.
Yes.
Over Logan. How many times have we seen him over a linebacker or a safety in the box over an outstretched hand? How many times, guys? Let's honestly, we see it every year, so many times, bro. But he doesn't have the arm. Stop.
Nah, Tua has pro high level accuracy and touch, and the time and if he continues to build on his timing and anticipation, I mean, we got a serious problem in the good way on our hands. So
a serious problem for everyone else.
Exactly.
He's so young, bro. Like he got so much time to still work on his game, man.
He's unbelievable.
The ceiling is real.
We are still, and we're finally getting. What did we say? Or I mean, what did I always say? We're gonna get. What have I said since 2019? We were on TD, the Tuesday night panel. You give quarterbacks 3 years. By the end of year 3, you have a grasp of what their ceiling is going to be as a pro. And here we go. We're getting our grasp of the ceiling of Tua as a pro. Because either that light goes on in year 3, or you don't.
Yeah.
And
Mike says it best. Pick a guy and let it fly, like Marino. He's doing a lot more of that, right?
That's such a funny saying, bro.
Let her rip.
Yeah.
Pick a guy, let it fly.
Let it fly. 11 personnel for Miami with 2 in the gun. That's Ingold to his left. 2 wide receivers stacked to the right. Hill to the left. Cover 2 man by Cincy here. And this is where 2 is going to be late on the post route.
Right.
Doesn't have enough juice under it to afford to be that late. And it's an interception right there. You know, and this is where I was talking about, because of that incompletion, he's unnecessarily pushing the ball. And you're going to watch his head when we go to the God view, and you'll see how late he is. Again, I really think he pushed to make this play because you got to take Ingold here. Look at Ingold. You got to take Ingold, right? Boom. He's right there in the flats. And you got to look for your check down on this one.
And what I can see is the right read, but I think that pause, the reason why it was so late,
right here,
I think he was reading that safety, the safety towards the right. Because if you go back to the field view, you see exactly when that safety kind of breaks. He
got washed out at first.
But again, you see the safety right on the bottom of the B.
Yeah.
And as soon as he starts breaking towards that underneath route, that's when Tua tries to let it fly.
But you got a too high shell. You got to know that he's got help that field is split in half.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So it was a late throw.
You got to know that field's split in half, bro. Like that ball already needs to be there right now.
Yeah, it should have been in the air by the time he hit the 50-yard line.
That ball should be there right now.
That ball should be right now at this point, angled towards where the hash. Yeah, or lead them to the hash.
Yeah. The far hash away from him, right?
Away from him.
Yeah.
And remember, he's throwing from like the 25-yard line. So that's technically like a what is that? 25 is 50.
It's like a 35
35. Yeah, like a 35, 40, 45 yard throw.
Easy money for him.
It should be. You're right. So he needs to be earlier on that.
Watch this. You remember? Okay, it's crazy, Martin. Remember we've talked about it on the show.
Ball.
What have we talked about? Yeah, exactly. But what have we also talked about with his little little ball pats, right? He has a little hitch in his ball pat.
Okay, yeah, you're right.
Look
you're
at
right
that.
too.
If he takes that and snap, because watch, I think he does a double pat. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Like he's way too late on that.
Man. Yeah.
Like you're.
As soon as he flips his head around and sees Tyreek got some beat, ball.
Go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
need to be throwing that when he's stemming the route, right? Not when he's out of the break. He's already out of the break.
Yeah.
He's already breaking. You need to be throwing that on the stem, bro. And so when he comes out of that break, ball's in his hands. And he just did late.
Yeah, just a late throw and to chalk it up, man. There's something to learn from. You know what I mean? So
yeah, agreed. Dolphins are in an I formation here, I believe. Right there. 21 personnel, 2 under center quarters for Cincy. Ingold is going to motion strong right. It looks like a fake toss RPO. And Waddle doesn't even look on the slant route, and it's incomplete because he looked to be run blocking. Right? Like, well, if you watch Waddle, he's more focused on run blocking here, which tells you it's an RPO, right? Like, look, he's looking for a man to block. Look, not even looking to the ball. So that's just a miscommunication. Better miscommunication than what you'd see Teddy have later.
Yeah,
but that's just a pure miscommunication. That's all.
But look
at Tua's arm.
I know.
Yeah,
I know. He knows what he wanted to do. But again, I think this is more so a lingering of pressing, right?
Yeah,
it's a lingering of it. I think Tua wants to get these plays done instead of just focusing on play by play, getting the right calls clearly to whoever he needs to get him to. And obviously, it could be on Waddle, but at the same time, it could be on Tua too. Assuming that Waddle heard him and still trying to execute play. So, again, when you get into a situation when you're pressing, plays like that, they usually work. Sometimes doesn't. So hopefully, he continues to figure that out, man. Play one play at a time. So
yeah. Dolphins in 11 personnel. Tua in the gun, Edmonds to his right. We're gonna get a motion by Smythe, quarters for the Bengals, but Jesse Bates gonna crashes up to the snap and gives a too high look there. And look at that.
Perfect read.
And again, watch this. What was I just talking about? Should we play count the motions? Should we play look at motion 1? There's
two.
Right? And the conflict you're creating, right? Like Tua hits Tyreek on that deep dig for the completion, then Tyreek tried to go east-west instead of north-south, and you could even see Waddle saying, yo, yeah, and he got swallowed up by going east-west, but hey, I'm taking the completion. Man.
Right.
Tua's still cooking. Tua's still looking to cook after the interception, bro. He's not even phased by the interception. Not even phased. So
ice in his veins.
Oh boy. You already know what it is. Dolphins in 11 personnel, 2 in the gun. Edmonds is to his right. Sherfield's going to motion. It's like a cover 0 look for Cincy right there.
Yeah.
But
like almost like a 0-3.
Yeah, Jesse Bates is going to bail. And it's just in like a cover 3 right there post snap. Hill's going to get that screen to the left. Great effort by Sherfield. Smythe, though. You need to take the lead block, bro. Look at this. Watch the God view. Watch this. If you take the lead guy here instead of he misses, but he also took the wrong guy. And look at if he takes this guy high, look at the space, bro. But he took the wrong guy. Yo, dude, who are you gonna take? The guy in front of Tyreek or the guy chasing Tyreek? Come on. You take the guy in front of Tyreek, right? So Smythe whiffed on his block. And he also takes the wrong guy. And and this is, can I be honest with y'all? Did y'all see Tyreek's? You didn't see Tyreek's presser, I'm guessing either, boys, right?
Nah.
Tyreek said the wide receiver room needs to be better blocking upfield. This is what I think. He said this yesterday. This is what I think he was talking about. Again, watch it from this view. Come on. Take the guy chasing. Why are you taking, instead of taking the guy lead? Like, come on, bro. You take the guy in front of Reek, not the guy behind Reek.
And not to be too critical on certain players, but I seen clear regression from Durham Smythe in his blocking and Robert Hunt as well, as far as his recognition. Like they've significantly gotten worse this year in those categories where they've been excelling in the last 2 seasons. Yeah. And I'm like, damn, bro, I don't know, man. The offense shouldn't be that complicated for you to regress on things that you're naturally good at. So I don't know, man. It's showing itself more and more when we watch the film. It's tough.
Now you're being asked to do different things in a different offense, right?
Yeah, and it might be too much for them as far as early on.
I think they just wore down, to be honest with
you. Too much like information overload, or
that and their bodies are tired, man. They went through the same amount of heat and same amount of reps and all that shit. man, that 100 degrees do something different to you. 100 degrees, playing in 100 degrees, how you out there seeing shit that ain't even out there sometimes, bro. Like, legitimately, that's different. I know we played a team down in Palm Springs. Shit, just see me just standing on the sideline. I felt like I was having a conversation with a whole motherfucker wasn't there. You know what I mean? And I can imagine what my kids was going through. You know what I'm saying? When they were out there playing. So yeah, bro, it's different.
Nah, heat waves are very real, people. Heat waves are real. Mm-hmm.
All right, empty set here for Miami. 3x2. 3 to the right, 2 to the left. Cover 1, press for the Bengals there. Tua is going to drop an absolute dime to Tyreek Hill on the left sideline. Draws the DPI as he's absolutely abused by Chidobe Awuzie. Man, big play potential here. Confident throw and on the money. Again, that interception did not shake Tua. Look at the.
I agree.
Like he's like, and here's the other thing. He's living up to. If I see, you see it multiple times when he's in here.
One-on-one, I'm going to
I'm taking Reek in the one-on-ones, baby.
Yeah.
He ain't lying.
Yeah,
He's a man of his word. Good throw. Good throw.
Right. Good opportunity. And I tell you what, I believe Tyreek Hill tells them all the time, whether he's calling them on the phone, texting them, or in the locker room. Look, bro, if I get that one-on-one, give it to me. You know,
these dudes so brash though. They out there, literally out there right before they look to see the cover. They out there talking about
yeah, exactly. He's not lying. Or they straight
that's so street ball.
The best is when they throw their hand up like they're open before the ball's even snapped. Right? Like at the line, you see them look at the quarterback and they just throw their hand up like, yo, I'm open. Yeah. And they haven't even got their release yet.
Bro, y'all understand how street ball that is for somebody to be like, hey!
Yo, he ain't even lying though. That's what's crazy, bro.
That is street ball right there, one-on-one.
Like, this dude out here clowning, talking about
yeah.
Street ball one-on-one, bro. I'm open.
Two in the gun. Edmonds to his left, 21 personnel with Ingle out wide right. Sorry, hold on. I apologize. My apologies. Wrong play. 2 in the gun. Dolphins 11 personnel. Gesicki is the wing back on the right there. 2 receivers stacked to that side. 1 to the left with Waddle motioning right there. You see him. Cover 1 off, man, for the Bengals. Tua hits Waddle on that slant, and he can't come up with the completion. You know what's crazy, though? If Tua had more time and a bit of a cleaner pocket, Hill on the slant, once Sherfield takes his man with his pivot, is kind of juicy against the Awuzie. Watch that. Look at that over the middle because the man goes with the pivot, right? And look at, you got that open field. You lead him towards the numbers. I mean,
I don't really like how Waddle ran that. Like
he rounded it.
He rounded it off.
Yeah, he did. It wasn't crisp.
That's exactly what happened, Ballgame.
Yeah. Well, you saw. Look at him. Well, look at when he tries to drive his foot in on his break. Watch, he stumbles. Watch, ready? Dump. Look, see?
Yeah.
Did you watch? He stumbled going through his dig, basically, right? Boom. And he stumbles, and that's why he rounds it.
And again, Water presents so many attributes to the wide receiver position. But I said it before, and I'll say it again. Bro. The hands are highly questionable. You know what I mean? As far as consistently reeling them in, it is what it is at this moment.
Get that boy some stickum.
like Bolitnikov.
All right, now 2 is in the gun with Edmonds to his left and 21 personnel with Ingold wide out right to the top of your screen. And Waddle's in the slot. Hill is to the left. Bengals. Sorry, what did you say? Sorry.
They did an amazing job of forcing their safeties to have to cover instead of just sitting right, just being protectors of the deep.
Yeah.
I like that, man.
They're going to show cover floor. They're going to flip into like a cover 6, 2-4 post snap. And 2 is going to throw in a tight coverage on Waddle's slant for the incompletion. It's a good ball in a tight window. Again, he just didn't come up with the catch. It's a confident throw. It's a confident throw in a tight window. And Waddle just doesn't make the catch. It's a good play, good coverage by the linebacker.
Right. It was another instance of a good play by the defender, and Waddle just not getting a full grasp on that football. So,
yeah,
tough play.
11 personnel for Miami, 2 in the gun. Moser to his right. Cover 2 is going to be shown here by the Bengals, but the corner is going to drop, and it turns into like a 2-4 cover 6 flip. 2 is going to be flushed out to his open side on the left. Clearly wants Hill to adjust to the middle, but he doesn't. And he wanted to adjust his post corner to probably just a post and throws it away. And we're going to see here, guys. So it's been confirmed. I don't know if you guys saw this too. Frank Smith, ROC, confirmed that IDs, adjustments, blitz pickups, everything like that is on Connor Williams in the offensive line. He said that's what they did in LA with Herbert, and that's what they're doing in Miami with Tua now, whereas Flores had a lot of that responsibility on Tua. You need better from Connor here.
Agreed.
That A gap on the left side, there's just, you look at it right there. There's no help. It causes this massive ripple effect, and both defenders penetrate the inside shoulders and flush Tua out to reset. And Tua even takes a nut like that. Tua takes a big hit here when you see it from the goal. Like, look at this. I don't want my quarterback taking that hit. Look at that. He went like that's a blindside hit technically. Look at where he comes from. Boom. I don't want him taking that hit. So we got to have better IDs and pickups on the offensive line, man. I mean,
and I'm not sure what has to convince Connor Williams to just consistently, when there's going to be a 4 to 5 man rush, man, concentrate on Eichenberg's side, man.
Yeah,
he always veers towards Robert Hunt, like he needs help. No, the help is on the other side, buddy.
Yeah,
look at it. So.
They just trying to get. He's just doing that so that they can have it on film that Jackson need to slide into that guard spot. That's all. They set him up. Just sit him down for a little bit.
Set him up.
Just expose Liam the whole time. Like get him all the 1-on-1, so we know exactly what we got.
It's not intentional, but it's intentional. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, that's pretty bad, bro.
He ain't lying.
Yeah, I know.
Because I've told y'all I'm very intrigued by Austin Jackson in between Connor Williams and Armstead. I know he's no Laramie Tunsil in between Brandon Albert and Pouncey, but he's a lot of he's got a better recovery ability. He's got a better anchor, and he's a bigger body than
Eichenberg. Yeah.
So,
can I say this though?
Go ahead.
So River, man. If you having a chance to have somebody send this to you, bro, I apologize. I know you might remember me, but I coached against you at St. Bonaventure when you were down there at Santa Margarita, and we came down there and watched y'all.
Are you talking to Craycraft?
Craycraft, yeah, man. I apologize, bro. I said you wasn't gonna be nothing more than practice squad fodder, and you proved me wrong, son. So I'm proud of you.
Damn, you said that ball game?
I know you. He's been around a minute, so he hadn't stuck really anywhere. So I didn't think that this was gonna happen for him. But I'm glad you're with us, River, and I'm glad that what I'm saying, I can come back out here, man, and say publicly to you, bro, I apologize. What I'm saying, and I wish you the best, man, in your endeavors, especially with us here as Miami Dolphins. So.
River, I always believed in you. That's why I take you on my parlay. I try to make money off you because I believe in you.
Ball game issuing a sincere apology. And you had a reason to come in. I always believed you.
No, it's the same thing. That's ball game. I remember before we get back to the film here, I was high on Michael Pittman coming out, and ball game played against him in high school and wasn't high on him in high school. Ball game saw him and then
my son completely shut him down, bro. Like legitimately, Isaiah gave up like 5.5 inches to Michael in that game, and he had nothing. I think he had like 1 catch for 2 yards the entire first half, and then Isaiah got banged up on a punt return, and then Michael. They switched the coverages, and man, he ate the second half of the game. But Isaiah locked him up, had him in a phone booth. So no, I wasn't high on Pittman at all. Hell, I got the footage. My dude had him in a phone booth. all game. They couldn't get away from
the fruit of ball game's loin locked him down, baby.
down.
All right, but
Hey,
then he got hurt, and then the second got roasted, right?
Man got roasted.
But look at what
Pittman
Pittman's turned into, though. Even you said he's faster, right?
Is.
Like he grew into his body. He obviously training, right? And obviously
I'm proud of him.
And his father, bro, dude. Imagine the training that was at his disposal and the resources, bro. Like,
you're right.
And his brother Michael's gonna be better than him, though.
How many Michaels?
I like Micah.
Micah.
I was like, what? We're at the third already?
Yeah,
Holy jeez.
He's at Florida State right now.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. Oh, I didn't know that was his brother.
Yeah,
that's his brother, man.
Oh damn, I didn't know that was his brother, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because I've been watching your quarterback this year, and I've seen that kid. Yeah, he's good. 21 personnel for Miami. Tua in the gun. Moser to his left. Quarters for Cincy. And Tua's going to bomb it to Tyreek on a corner post. Or whatever you want to call that. I don't know what he's running right there. It was like, did you see that? This guy's just like weaving up and down the field. I might look at what there's corner, there's a post, back to the corner. I don't know what he's doing, bro.
Street ball.
I told you, man.
What quarter post corner, bro? What, you ever seen this before, bro? What is this? Look at this corner, post, corner, bro. This is a bipolar route. I don't know what's happening. Anyways, so Martin knows what's good too, bro. I've never seen this, bro. So this is like option at 3 different level route. Like, what is this, bro? And can I highlight Ingold in this for a sec, though?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Can Ingold right here? I believe. Okay, you see him. Look at that block. Look at that block, baby. Woo! And listen, we gotta have a conversation here, though. Hunt,
I told you.
Ingold, look at this. Look at this. Watch this. We'll watch the God view. Hunt takes him, and it's like Hunt's like, oh, he's done, and then just lets him by. And look at this.
I know.
That's an awkward. So we've seen Tua take now that big hit we just saw him take before. Now that was an awkward looking hit.
Yeah,
it was a low tackle. Yeah,
you know what I mean. And
where's the flag, man?
You know
they threw it on that play. That was a personal foul. Mm-hmm.
That was Joseph Asai, wasn't it?
Is it him?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
Joseph Asai? It's 58, right?
58, yeah.
Yeah, I think that's him. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's Joseph Asai. Everyone knows I loved him coming out as a pass rusher, right? Anyways, last year's draft.
From Texas.
Exactly, beast. He's one of the few guys who gave Tevin Jenkins actual problems.
Yeah.
Anyways, so Joseph Asai, look at that block, Ingold, and look at the Hunt. I don't have to do anything. I think
Hunt has regressed this year as far as
situational awareness, boys. That is pure situational awareness of can I pardon my French if the kids are watching, cover their ears. A mean motherfucker is blocking this guy while he's trying to get up, bro.
Exactly. To the ground.
Just lay on him. Hell, just laid on him. Once he was down, just lay on him.
Right.
Just Yokozuna, just sit on him, bro.
Don't let him get up. Yeah.
Just bond him, man. Yeah, not a good effort by Hunt. Great effort by Ingold. Guy sets the tone. Look at Look at Ingold. How's Ingold? Again, second week in a row, Martin, where we've identified a play where a receiver or a tight end fullback is blocking better than a lineman. Remember last week we had one too, right? I believe it was Sherfield, right? Sherfield blocked better than like Little or Hunt or something like that, or Eichenberg.
So you telling me?
Yeah, it was Little.
Yeah,
on the screenplay.
Look like Tarzan and blocking like Jane.
Yeah, bro. No,
that's what's going on.
Ingold blocking like Tarzan and Hunt prancing around like Jane, bro. That's exactly what just went down.
That's terrible, man.
And everyone knows I'm a big believer in Hunt's ceiling, which is what's so frustrating about it.
Exactly. And like how you just said,
all pro ability, man.
You got to play the offensive line with a mean streak. Like people talk about some of the greatest offensive linemen of all time. Larry Allen was the meanest dude on that field at all times. and I heard a story talking about like he used to have a dip in his mouth while he used to play on the field. Anybody that has a dip in their mouth, they are not messing around.
Yeah,
on the football field.
Like they're not afraid of choking hazards. They're not afraid of nothing. Like,
all you gotta do is swallow that shit once, and you're sick than a mug, bro.
Yeah,
but,
he ain't worried.
But that just lets you know how unfazed he was about his competition. Where he used to line up, and all you hear was choo choo, like right behind him. That's where the football is coming. So. Like we don't have that on the offensive line right now, outside of maybe Terran Armstead, but even Armstead is struggling out the gate.
Yeah.
So like everybody got to pick it up on the offensive line.
All right, here's the play. Dolphins in 21 personnel with 2 under center. Moser is the single back. You're gonna see Ingold's gonna actually motion and make it an I formation. Quarters for Cincy. It looks like he's gonna want Waddle up at the top on that C route, that 7 route. And Tua just needs to throw the ball away or underneath to Ingold and live to see another day. You know, I mean, right there, you can take it like you got to throw the ball away, man. Like,
yeah. And I think this is clearly one of those situations where you kind of have to say to yourself, he's not going to be your, you know, Deshaun Watson. You know, that was such a just hard slam to the ground, bro. But he's not going to be those guys. He's not going to escape those type of rushers. So he has to play the role of the really good pocket passers like Brady, like Peyton, like
if you're actually going to take off, you take off right there following Ingold.
Exactly, as your lead block.
You know
exactly.
what I
You
mean?
have enough room.
Or you take Ingold when he flips his hips and becomes a receiver. Or you throw it away. Like, come on, man. You got to move this football. You got to protect your body. That's one of the first things you're taught playing the position is to protect your body, man.
Yeah, and you know, not even.
I'm only gonna play it one more time. This is the last time I'm playing it.
I got you, and not. Hey, stop it, Ballgame.
He's celebrating. Look at him. He's celebrating.
I mean, but he didn't know he really like did that to Tua. You know what I mean? He didn't really try to do that. But regardless, Tua needs to take on more of a posture. He has to be more Peyton Manning, as in you have to have a plan if your plan doesn't work.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? And just don't panic in that situation. You're not a mobile guy like that. Take your sack, take your fetal position, or just dump it off to the guy in front of you.
Did you guys see the weight difference?
Another down.
Someone on Twitter did the weight difference. And it's like the weight difference between an adult and a child because it's over 100 pounds between them.
Yeah, he's 340.
Yeah, he's like 100. He's like 120 pounds heavier, bro.
Bastard,
but here's the thing too. What Tua also needs to realize, you kind of almost got there, but didn't when you were talking about, when we were talking about a Martin. He also needs to realize. This isn't back in Hawaii where you're the best athlete on the field.
Right.
That guy's 340 pounds and he's moving the way he's moving. That's an elite athlete for his size. You are now against elite athletes. You are a good athlete at this level. You're not an elite athlete. You're not even a really good athlete in terms of like running in and scrambling and improvisation. You are a good athlete at this level.
Right.
So you need to know when to live to see another day, man. It's one of the first things I don't know about you, Martin, but it's one of the first things I was taught. Like, live to see another day. It's okay to live to see another day.
There was always a fear installed inside of me because I was always like the skinniest guy out there, and my mom was terrified of me getting hurt. So I always had that natural inclination to always protect myself. So I know how to do it. You know, that's just what I incorporated in my game. Yeah. So in Tua's case, he just has to learn how to protect himself instead of being reckless. Because like how you just said, he's no longer the best athlete on the field. No longer. It's over. Yeah. But you can be the best thrower on the field. You can be the most accurate passer on the field. And you can be the
smartest athlete on the field.
Right. That's still attainable. But the overall physical attributes, it's no longer there no more. Yeah. And one last thing. That guy is also Polynesian, if I'm not mistaken. The guy that just slammed Tua. And when that happened, I was like, oh, in the back of my mind, I was like, damn, bro, that's kind of like, Pacific Islander on Pacific Islander. Yeah, it was tough to see. It was tough to see.
Worse than black on black crime, ain't it?
just because they supposed to be brothers, bro. They supposed to look out for each other. That dude suplexed him. Man, get your bow. It was bad. It was a bad result.
All right,
yeah, man.
Teddy 2 gloves in now.
Ugh.
Empty set with Mozart motioning out. Teddy is in the gun. Quarters for the Bengals, and Logan Wilson's actually going to drop back. He's going to like buck drop, and Teddy is going to deliver a strike to Sherfield on his dig for the completion. Second string comfortability, just short of the sticks on third down though. But Dolphins are in field goal range for the lead, but obviously we know how it goes. It would be blocked. But here's the points. Here's when the points start getting left on the field, right? Your guys' thoughts? Any, if any? I mean, it's a good throw.
Good read, good throw. Good timing.
Yeah.
Gave
him a chance.
Positive play after such a devastating injury. You know what I mean?
Yep. Agreed. Yep.
I just don't like the 2 glove thing.
There we go.
Come on, Kurt Warner wore 2 gloves. What's wrong with that, man?
Man, Teddy Bridgewater ain't Kurt Warner though.
let me ask you this, guys, because me and EM were having this conversation. Do you guys see Kurt Warner when you look at Tua?
Honestly, I think Tua. In my honest opinion, I saw Kurt Warner when he was with the greatest show on turf.
Yeah, that's the discussion we were having. Yeah,
he is
because he was MVP level when he was with greatest show on turf.
Exactly. He is.
People sleep on what he did with Arizona, bro. That man put Anquan Bolden on the map, man.
And Larry Fitz.
And
Larry.
Man. But Larry kept it going after Kurt left, right? Kurt.
Yeah.
And Kurt, and what wasn't Kurt the first quarterback to take 2 different teams to a Super Bowl?
Facts.
Yeah, the Rams and the Cardinals.
And they almost beat that stacked Steelers team.
True, man.
People forget how good Breeze was. How good Kurt Warner is. Now I'm not saying it. We had that conversation. I wanted to hear what you guys thought about it because it's an interesting comparison.
And I will say, as far as the optics of what we saw from Kurt Warner with the greatest show on turf in 1999, even through 2000 and 2001, there was something about that offense that felt unstoppable. I believe the Dolphins are itching their way to that, because right now, as far as his 2 wide receivers like Torrey Holt and Isaac Bruce, it's clearly Tyreek and Waddle.
Yeah, we just don't have a Marshall Falk. We just don't have a
exactly.
Yeah.
And we don't have a what that boy name is, Hakeem.
Well, we got a blend. We got a blend of a Hakeem's a year, man. As far as like
Cedric Wilson.
Well, it's
Sherfield. Those guys aren't.
Craycraft.
They aren't that Hakeem guy. I'm talking about that boy was a problem because he
was a mismatch.
He could take the top off.
Yeah.
He was a mismatch. You had Holt with elite route running, and you had Isaac Bruce who didn't drop anything, and he had decent speed too. But then Hakeem
and that offensive line, boys,
man, running them over
dominant,
killing you.
I'm with you, man. I do see that creeping in, but there's so many other comparisons too, man. But Kurt Warner is one as far as what we're seeing in his performances. You know what I mean? Like it's getting there for sure. And
Armstead is our Orlando Pace, right?
Yep.
Yeah, man. We can say that too.
Yeah. All right. Let's keep going here. 1st and 10 on the next drive after the Bengals score coming off that blocked field goal. Dolphins right now are in a 20 personnel. With Teddy in the gun, Moser to the left. Bengals show cover 6. It's a 2-4. But they're going to roll into like a cover 4 look post snap. Sherfield's going to motion. Got to hit Tyreek on this crosser here. motion freed the inside for him, and he had space. Instead, Teddy gets happy feet and extends for an incompletion. But again, this is what me and Martin were kind of talking about earlier. This is at least what I think Martin was talking about. Play design. Look at the play design here with the motion of Sherfield. Right? That
it influences the defense, man.
Exactly. And the motion freed the inside for Tyreek and gave him that space right there.
That window, first window.
Yeah, that first window, that first read window. And you got to take advantage of that and make that throw, boys.
Yeah, and Teddy, I think Teddy makes that throw when he consistently gets those reps. Because obviously that pump was
He pumped
it was a fluff pump. It was I'm gonna throw it. No, I'm not. And that kind of messed him up. But that was the read, the first window read, because of that motion. How you said, that's what opened it up. Hey, first window throw, just fire it in there.
And that's by design that it opened it up. So
exactly,
we were not seeing this stuff last year. I love it, guys. I love it. It's got me pitching tense. Bridgewater in the gun. Edmonds to the left, 11 personnel with the Dolphins here. You're going to see Gesicki motion, cover 1 for the Bengals. Teddy's going to extend this play. He's going to find that wide open Sherfield on his out route towards the sideline on third down. Huge conversion, but great effort by Sherfield, man.
Sherfield is a pro.
Dude, did you see? Watch how he gets separation at the top of his route.
Right.
When he gets separation at the top of his route, at the top of his stem before his break, and it's in good, it's overall good coverage by the Bengals too. Watch Sherfield here, guys. He's going to be at the top. He's at the 20. He's at about the 20. He's got to the top of your screen. He's got the orange cleats. Watch how he's going to get off that jam at the top and get that separation, but then he's going to stick with it, and he's going to come back, and he's going to get separation even at the end with that little spin move. Smart veteran move by Trent Sherfield, who we've always been told has a high football IQ, right?
And it absolutely showed on that play. Initially, he was wide open, but he saw that Teddy wasn't ready to throw. He sees Teddy scrambling, and he knows he has a defender on his back. He immediately breaks to almost to like he's going to the end zone, and within 2 steps, he breaks back towards Teddy. That is a professional route. That's a professional route, bro, to get open for your quarterback, bro. Sherfield is underrated, man. And honestly, with Cedric Wilson being out, as Ukpai still being shelved, I think he's literally etching out more reps that's being earned.
I feel like his touchdowns are coming, especially with Teddy starting this week.
One and the same. I don't really see a huge difference between Cedric Wilson and him. So
I agree.
Right.
He's a better blocker than Cedric.
With Cedric.
I think I will say, I think he's a smarter player than Cedric, bro. And that's not a knock on him. I think Sherfield's probably one of the smartest players on our. I think he's one of the smartest players on our offense.
Plus his knowledge of the offense, right?
That's why.
Exactly.
Right? That's why I'm saying that, right? And he's already been known for having a high football IQ, even because that's why, special teams and whenever he's gotten reps, he's always made the most of them. So I'm a fan of the kid, bro. And hey, as a Jarvis fan, I think he's doing the number 14 some justice, boys.
Right. That's a good catch right there, bro. That's
but
a good
honestly,
catch.
at the top of your stem, getting off that jam, getting the separation, that is a veteran move. I mean,
man. Awesome play.
Big stuff. And like you said, that little pivot at the end, looking like he's going to go up the sideline into the end zone, but pivoting back towards Teddy just to get that little window.
Football. That's knowing football. Really man.
Stay wide, stay open for your quarterback.
Yeah. 11 personnel, Teddy under center, Edmonds single back. You're gonna see Hill's motion, and it's a delayed screen here. And then they're gonna flip because look, Edmonds gonna look like he's blocking, but then they delay it and they screen it. Perfect execution. This actually counts as a touchdown pass. But the effort by Edmonds, boys. Listen, we all agree Mozart gives us the best chance as the number one guy, and Edmonds working off him. But whether he's the number one guy or working off Mozart, you always get 110% from Edmonds. Look at that.
That's
good
true.
Design too there.
Great effort.
They totally look, the block,
perfect play call, excellent play design, and then Edmonds just went and got it. He went and got it, man. The execution was really good on this play.
Really good.
Boom,
and
boom.
Well, this was right before the end of the first half too. So
correct. Yes.
right.
Yes.
And obviously we missed the extra point after this, and it only goes to 14-12. So now, by our count, we should be up by what? We should be up 16-14 right now, right?
Yep.
Right.
Yep. You're correct.
So look at that again. Just like Martin said, good play design, good play call, good play timing of that call, but also great 110% effort by Edmonds, man. That's the kind of stuff, right? Man,
perfect,
especially after
perfect,
two
perfect.
Out, man. See y'all giving that.
I know, great way to respond as an offense, man.
It's nice to see another defense whiffing on tackles for once instead of us. Saw that out there. Okay. That thing that continues to be an issue.
Yeah,
I agree. There's a, and it's not like they're scared. They're just
past pattern. That is a trend now. Because we've seen it on all different strings. Even in the preseason, we were seeing it, and now it's leaked into 4 weeks in. So we're like 7 weeks into this. Yeah, that's got to be cleaned up. Yeah, and a lot of this is the personnel that's been around, for the last couple of years. It's not like there's a bunch of new guys, and because the new guy in Ingram ain't missing much. All right, so he's the one that's probably our best defender right now. If you really want to spade. Anyways, split back real. Look, Teddy in the gun, 11 personnel, 2x1 receiver set. You got a stack to the right there. Cover 6-2-4 for the Bengals. Von Bell, Bales gives him that single high look right there. Teddy gets a good clean pocket on third down and puts the ball in harm's way, targeting Craycraft on his corner route. Break up by Chidobe Awuzie. You got to take Edmonds in the flats or throw this away. I mean, look at Edmonds right there in the flats, or throw that away. This is, I don't know. Come on, Teddy.
Yeah, and I saw another route that potentially could have popped open, and he probably could have taken the shot with Tyreek Hill, all the way at the top of the screen. Yeah, there's a one-on-one right there, obviously the defensive player is playing off, so he's catching Tyreek Hill at the top of his route. But because Tyreek is going so fast, I would still give him the opportunity.
That's why I think
to go after that football.
I think the cushion is why he didn't take them, and I'm going to tell you this right now. Boys, people try to make an issue about Tua's arm strength. From what we've seen from Teddy, do you trust him throwing from the far hash to the far sideline right now? I'm sorry, I don't, bro. He's the one whose arm you got to worry about, not Tua. The Craycraft, this Craycraft throw is a perfect example. Look at this thing. That thing just floats, and he almost makes a play on it. Like, now, did he launch it to Tyreek later on? Sure. But it's different launching directly as it's opposed to, okay, you got to make a throw outside the numbers, right? Horizontally. Right. That's just not a good throw and not a good decision. That, like, okay, you showed the Tyreek option. I showed, you got to take the check down here, bro. Look at, he leaks. Look at that. What you take that. I mean,
and what was the pocket kind of crumbling on him? Like in that instant?
Here, you see. Look. The pocket's actually decent.
See the block. That's a decent pocket. Yeah, you're right.
He could have stepped up and bought himself some time too.
Yeah. So I don't know.
So
whatever.
Just a misthrow on that.
It is what it is. Actually, the issue with the biggest thing I noticed, people want to talk about energy, boys. Well, what do you expect after
he was flat?
What do we expect after what happened to Tua? The key difference between Tua and Teddy, I got 3 words for you: execution, execution, execution. That's the biggest difference between them. Specifically on third down, that's the biggest difference with them that I know. Tua is one of the best third down quarterbacks in the NFL. We are going to show multiple examples through Teddy of lack of execution on third down that killed drives, right? So anyways, you got the Dolphins here. 11 personnel, 2 in the gun, Moser to his left. We got the Bengals in cover 6, 4-2. And Gesicki's going to motion. Teddy doesn't read Gesicki's flat route, drawing up the defender. And watch Sherfield right here. Space. space, and he takes the flats.
Yeah.
And because watch, and that's on third down. What like you got to push this one, man.
Play the sticks. Mm-hmm.
Gotta go to the markers, bro. Gotta
watch,
go.
Mm-hmm.
Watch. Look at you can see the movement already with the motion of him, right? So they're already not trusting it. Look at the eyes all the way. Look at he's already breaking. Look.
The defender. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and look at this guy. Look at he had the pat. Look at the time. Watch.
I love the pocket
right there. Look at he's already breaking. He's already decided right here. Right now, look at he's already decided. Look at now here comes pat one and then ball out. So you got time to snap to Sherfield, and you got to make that read, buddy. There's that's a lot of space around Sherfield, and that is past the sticks.
I think
crazy.
I think the pocket was well enough for Teddy to kind of take his time on that and make sure he makes the key read. Key read on that, which was that curl flat defender. And again, as soon as he bails, you already know in the back of your mind, boom, hit that curl right behind him. And you see Sherfield just sitting down right there. That was the better option, but
he just didn't seem comfortable, bro. He just didn't seem comfortable.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And that was a third down.
Right? You know what I don't understand, and I've never understood it in all my days of coaching. We didn't do it, but I see a lot of teams do it. I just don't understand why anybody would think that it's a good idea, unless it's your last option to take the check down when you need the first.
I got to say this to Kevin Yang. Bridgewater will play better with reps in practice with the ones. My friend, practices are over. We are in the walkthrough stages. You need to go look at the CBA. Yeah, we're not having full. You're only allowed a certain amount of full contacted practices all season, and
these are walkthroughs.
Yeah, you mostly do walkthroughs, right? Like Cincinnati, the week of Cincinnati was all walkthroughs.
Yeah.
Right? Like people need to realize the CBA ball game. What does Richmond tell us? Right? Practice in the morning. Then they used to do film work. Then they do an afternoon practice.
Yeah.
You can't do that nowadays, man.
Nope.
That sounds so much fun, man.
Now, Kevin, I agree that Bridgewater will play better with 10 days of preps and an install based around his strengths.
Absolutely.
That's what I think. That's why I think we'll beat the Jets, because he does. Sure, there's similarities to him and Tua, but Tua does a lot of things different and better than Teddy. And Teddy does other things better than Tua. And so they're going to play to Teddy's strengths. That's what this install, a 10-day install. I like our chances with Teddy.
That's what you're supposed to do with all of your active quarterbacks. Yeah. Every quarterback should have their own play sheet.
Period. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's not about. See, people need to get it confused. It's not about playbooks. It's not about playbooks for each quarterback. It's about installs and game plans for each quarterback. That is a totally different ball game. You are deriving from the same playbook, but you're doing stuff in that playbook that said quarterback is more comfortable with than the other quarterbacks, or that they execute better from what you've seen in practice than the other guys, or they execute at the same level as your starter. That's what the people need. It's not different playbooks for different guys. It's different game plans and installs for different guys. That's what it is. All right. We got to straighten that out, because that's been a misconception out here for quite some time. 11 personnel for Miami boys. Teddy in the gun. Moser to his left. Cover 3 for the Bengals. Motion. It's like a fake jet sweep almost. Bridgewater is going to hit Sherfield in the breadbasket on his post. In between the coverage. Good throw. Quick read, too. Liked it.
And the same timing he had here with Sherfield, they identified that with Tyreek from the previous plays, a couple plays back. So, again, that's just good recognition.
And look at him stand firm, boys and girls, and take the hit. Right?
Yeah, that's a big boy play, man. They needed it.
Look at it. Takes it. Right. Oh, sorry.
I really like Sherfield, man. This guy, man.
He's a worker.
He's a pro. He's a pro. Yeah.
Dolphins 11 personnel. Teddy in the gun. Moser to his left. Smythe motions there. Bengals cover 6-2-4. Sherfield now motions, and his flat route draws up Von Bell, leaving Hill in a one-on-one matchup with the Awuzie on the go route. Great design here. And I mean, that got that matchup for Hill. That was all design, right?
Yep.
Let's show it again, right? So again,
my fast guy against your fast guy.
Yeah. So guys, watch the orange cleats. They're gonna motion, and his flat route is gonna draw up Von Bell on the right side here, 24, and now that's gonna leave you in a one-on-one matchup. Perfect play design. Perfect play design. Got him on the go route, Awuzie, and the concentration play by Tyreek.
I know.
Wow, boys. Dolphins inside the 5. Dolphins inside the 5. And spoiler alert, we leave points on the field. It's absolutely sad. Hey? Absolutely sad.
Yeah, I know.
After this drive, we should be at 20. You know what I mean?
I know.
So yeah, points left on the field here. Look at this. Oh, spin out. Effort and there's just nothing. Okay, so let's go back here for a sec. So let's break this down. So they're 11 personnel again here, right? Teddy in the gun, 2 receivers stacked to the left, 2 split to the right. Bengals showing cover 1 man, and Trey Hendrickson is absolutely going to bull rush and dominate Trey Armstead right there. Drive and flush Bridgewater out. And I mean, you know, Hill flows back to Bridgewater, but it's another incompletion on a big 3rd down. Now, I'm not going to blame Teddy for this, but this is another execution type of thing, right? Like, and because that was to Tua's open side, he might have handled that a little bit better too, right? But that's not on Teddy. I mean, that's just. I mean, what are you gonna say, right? Like,
I got manhandle.
Yeah, that did happen, but I'll kind of put this on play calling because you have one of the best red zone threats in Mike Gesicki, right? Yeah. And you know, Mike McDaniel is a great play caller. He's a great play designer. He has to kind of facilitate Gesicki in better situations and utilize his height, his leaping ability, his hands in one-on-one situations, bro. I don't know, man.
He had him on a drag to the other side, and he got flushed out to his left, bro. What are you gonna do here? Trey Hendrickson blows this play up from the initial, right? And if this is Tua, you're flushing to your open side here, right? And if you're flushing to your open side, think of all the time that's like, and we know, guys, it's a game of inches, but it's also a game of milliseconds, right? So that time of right here having to flip around and think of it, Tua's already up here past the 10 and probably running this football in.
Potentially.
Right? There's a potential there, right? Because it's to his open side. He's just got to shift to it and he's upfield. Teddy got to spin off of it, then start and try to get upfield. You know, and look at how far back he is off the spin, right? The spin takes him back 5 extra yards. So this is I can't put this on Teddy. I can't even put this on play call. This is just a bad time for Trey Hendrickson to, for Armstead to have his one. This is Armstead's only bad rep in pass pro all game. Right. And this is just the worst time. This is just, I know what I mean?
Armstead literally took Hendrick for granted right there. He didn't play him aggressive at all from the point of attack. So that's why he just completely dominated him on that rep. He just did not prepare for a bull rush. But he has to be. He's a pro,
And points left on the board. Dolphins 11 personnel, Teddy in the gun, Moser to his right, covered 2 for the Bengals. Finally, a big play on 3rd down by Teddy. And what's going to happen is he's going to use his legs to scramble for the first. Eichenberg again with problems picking up the stunt. Hendrickson delayed it and came through the gap and forced him out.
Teddy Bridgewater has to be by far the slowest black dude I've ever seen.
I'm gonna get at the what's his name?
Byron Leftwich.
So, Byron, I'm gonna give it to Byron.
Big booty Byron move faster than Teddy. I'm sorry.
Why big booty?
That dude had his ass on his back, man. Come on. Now. tree trunk legs and shit.
This guy killed
He
me.
was giving a female lower body and a dude upper body, man. Come on, big booty Byron, baby.
Ball game roasted.
Oh my god.
Yeah, but for real, Byron Leftwich, Jameis Winston, those guys are like abnormally slow.
Can we talk about Eichenberg here?
Oh, let's go. Mm-hmm.
Eichenberg just can't pick up a stunt to save his life.
That's true. He needs to be coached up. And honestly, if that play was blocked up well, you saw Waddle kind of open on that pivot route towards the left sideline. Like that would have been the first down too. But great play by Teddy, man. Great play to get up out of there.
Look at Mike can't get separation.
Gesicki?
Yeah.
But we know that about Mike, man. He ain't no route runner. Never has been, never will be, bro.
Guys, are you talking about Mike Gesicki, the guy who right now on the screen is in the 3-point stance?
Yeah.
Hey? Finally.
What?
Let him cook.
Right now?
Let him cook, man.
Let him cook. Dolphins in a 12 personnel look. Teddy in the gun. Moser to his left. Gesicki in a 3-point stance.
Go get it, young man. Go get it.
Cover 2 robber post snap. Look at this. Gesicki's going to run a post, and Teddy throws it like it's a breaking out toward the sideline route.
Oh,
miscommunication. Back faking INT on 2nd and 10 by Von Bell. And guess what? This is where we pretty much knew the game was over. I would have brought Skylar in now.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I would have got Skylar's feet wet right now.
And truthfully, this is what happens when you don't have enough reps with a certain player. You know what I mean? Because I see what Teddy saw, but I also see what Gesicki saw. And that was clear miscommunication between quarterback and receiver. Again, there is a moment in that zone where you would like your receiver to kind of settle down or anticipate a back shoulder in that scene. But again, there was a cover 2. Gesicki can split their safeties from there, and Teddy can lead him inside that hole over the top right there. So there was 2 options there, and they just didn't know.
I don't understand why he would throw that ball to the outside. Why
it looks like there's a miscommunication on what was supposed to be ran there.
Right.
But if he throws
it looks like he's throwing an out or a corner, and this guy's running a post.
Yeah, but he's running right to the defender because the guy's widening out. Look at it. He hit him inside. He running for the touchdown, or at least down to the 5.
That had to have been a perfect throw in order for that to be a completion, and that was just miscommunication.
We can expect one perfect throw out of Teddy. Shit.
That's just bad timing. Where we're in the red zone, we can get some points.
Look at that,
over the linebacker. Yeah,
you'd have to have over the middle of the field of the linebacker. That would be.
There's a triangle right there where there's a hole.
Yeah, Teddy got that touch though. That's a Tua throw, ain't a Teddy throw.
I agree. I agree with that, man. Tua potentially can fit that in there with eye manipulation and good timing. Missed it. Yeah, man. That was points off the board again.
All right, so it should be Skylar out there getting his feet wet in his first NFL action because we ain't winning. Instead, it's Teddy back out there, and I'm right. An 11 personnel. Because what if, God forbid, what if something happens to Teddy this week? At least Skylar would have had some reps to get the game speed. I have a feel for the game speed.
Get this running game going. That's what I know.
I like Mostert, man. Yeah. This guy's juicing now, man.
Juice! 11 personnel. Teddy in the gun. Moser to his right. Bengals cover 3. Teddy takes Hill underneath for the short gain, trying to give his playmakers a chance to make a spark happen. I mean,
just get a drive going.
Yeah, this is trying to get something going. Yeah, get the wheels back on them. I will survive. So yeah, Teddy just trying to get it going, get a completion after the INT, get the comfortability and the confidence back. So
shout out to Eichenberg though, man. He held his block on that one, bro. I like it.
2x2 double set. Teddy in the gun. Moser to his right. 12 personnel. Cover 3 for the Bengals. Teddy's going to take Hill again, this time on the short dig underneath. A nice move by Hill on the first, but they don't really care. They know it's a game.
Bro.
Set match. Right.
Yeah, but that's still a nasty move by Tyreek.
It is a nasty move, man. It isn't. But you know what the defender's going to say? The game was out of reach. I wasn't even trying, Because watch, he leaves him like in a look at this. Leaves him just in a boom freeze frame. You know what I mean? Next one isn't so good. It's got Teddy fighting for his life off the snap and a split back 11 personnel quarters for the Bengals. Sam Hubbard actually destroys Greg Little right there. Let's look at this. You'll see it from the God view right here.
Big boy.
More. So you'll see Greg Little on the right side. Sam Hubbard's just gonna bull rush him and just drive him back, destroyed.
The sad thing is this is all on film, and they see that bull rushes get to our tackles. So expect that in the near future, man.
Yeah, exactly. Like Richard says, keep putting it on film until you show you can beat it on film. Right? All right. Now, final play. 3-by-1 receiver set, 11 personnel. Teddy in the gun. Moser to his left right there. Cover 3 for the Bengals. You got to take Waddle over the middle of the field here on that stab route, but instead he targets the tougher throw outside the numbers to Hill on the well-covered out route, and this is on 4th down and a failed attempt. I mean, y'all watch the middle of the field. Waddle on that stab is just boom right there, and instead he forces the way tougher. He takes the all Madden throw instead of the rookie throw over the middle.
Yeah, this was a simple just read what you see and then make the throw. Yeah, but he, like you said, he just went for the toughest one. Everything in the middle was open. You just read that key guy, right, that's covering either Waddle or Chef, and just make a choice wherever the defender goes, he's wrong, and just make that throw. So just a miss.
So boys.
Yeah, man.
Overall thoughts? I mean, for me, Tua was pretty Tua was cooking until he got hurt. Even after the interception, didn't shake his confidence, didn't phase him. Still making some big boy throws. Teddy, it's just Teddy in that offense. With Teddy comes down to execution. A lot of good play calling and a lot of good opportunities in terms of McDaniel with the calls, but also the Bengals were giving us drives and we just weren't executing. So. What are your guys' overall thoughts? I think Teddy, listen, obviously we had issues with some of that film from Teddy. I still think with 10 days of prep and this offense and an install game plan based around what he does good, I think we'll beat the Jets.
I think 10 days. I think the biggest thing is the 10 days of rest that the defense will get. I don't have too many questions about the Jets defense against our offense. So I think the offense will be fine. My question is always whether or not the defense will get the rest that they need. I think overall, having come in off of the bench cold, Teddy did what he could do, but I agree that, with 10 days of prep, he should be way better, and we should see a better showing from him and this offensive group. And I just look forward to them committing a little more. Let's see if we can get this run game going. And then, go ahead and see what Sauce Gardner really about.
Oh,
I like Sauce now. That kid, man,
there ain't enough sauce in the world to cover a cheetah, baby.
Hey, honestly, man, I really like what I saw on film. I love the play designs, bro. Run or pass, it all works. And when it's executed, when it executes well, it's a thing of beauty. And trust me when I say I'm with Ballgame on this. We have to. This is the perfect opportunity to really learn how to run the football consistently and leave Raheem Mostert in there to really start eating. Because again, we didn't show it because this is clearly a quarterback. Tua Tuesday, obviously Teddy now. I'm telling y'all right now, Raheem Mostert looked really good. He looked really good. Pay up, Ballgame. Hey, look, man. If we figure out this run offense while Tua is absent, I think we're about to take the next step into again, when you have a top 10 offense and a top 10 defense on your team, you're in contention, and that's the key.
I agree with what Thomas Jensen is saying. Tua had a couple bad throws, deep throws, but we would have won if I agree 110% with that, Thomas. We would have. I think we might have handily won if you want my honest opinion.
Right.
Okay, so tomorrow night, me and Ballgame will be back for the next episode of The Finish Line with the homie Richmond Webb. Hey, it's time to start getting into the Jets. It's time to start getting into the Jets. So we'll start tomorrow night. Then we'll be back on Friday to give a full breakdown, analysis, and preview of the Jets game here on Phinside the NFL. Then we'll be live reacting to it on Sunday. Guys, do us a favor, smash that like button, subscribe if you're new. We're on our way to 10K. We are literally, just over 300 away from 10K. So let's get there, guys. Appreciate all of y'all. Hey, Martin, Ballgame, always a blast, always fun, guys.
Yes, sir.
Again, I know the injury sucks, guys, but you look at Tua and you're like, man, when this kid comes back, he's just gonna jump right back into it and he'll be cooking. You know what I mean? I mean, he didn't show ill effects after what happened to him in Buffalo. He still went out there, still had that swag, still had that confidence in him, still was making the type of throws we need him to make, still making the reads. And guys, I mean, we are seeing the growth, we are seeing the ceiling in front of us develop, and man, it's a beautiful thing, man. Like with
he's ascending.
With Tua Tagovailoa at the helm, the Miami Dolphins are legitimate AFC contenders. I mean, I don't know what else to tell you right now. We are one of the best teams in football with a healthy Tua. And guess what? Hey, I know we've been kind of giving up a lot of yards, on defense against the pass. But look at who we've played the first 4 weeks. That's about to even out now during this next stretch, right? Because of who will be playing. So, I mean, you look at the Jets, they haven't given up a lot in the air, but also look at who they've played to this point. So, like I said, ain't enough sauce in the world to cover a cheetah, baby. So, let's get it this weekend. I appreciate each and every one of you. Y'all already know what time it is. Fins up all day, every day. We'll see y'all tomorrow for the finish line around 8:30 Eastern. See y'all then. Until then, again, fins up all day, every day, baby. Get better, Tua. Get better, Uno.
Peace.
Peace out.